Welcome, students, to another video lecture with Mr. Kinnett. You did great practicing those video lectures in class, so we're going to hope that you can apply what we've seen in class these past few weeks to how we're actually supposed to take this note at home. So remember, never cut out. You're allowed to add as much as you want. Don't abbreviate, because we don't always memorize our abbreviations since they're not consistent. Copy down what you see. So go ahead and pause here and copy down what you see. Awesome, welcome back. So our focus in this 1.6 lesson is going to be how do we plot ordered pairs and what information can we learn from the coordinate plane. I'm going to jump 2 slides ahead. And it's important once I do this that you're going to see this coordinate plane on the left side of my screen. And I need you to realize this needs to be done on graph paper. So since I did a poor job of possibly coaching you through having graph paper, please either create your coordinate plane using a ruler, something that can exactly create the lines spaced out, or go grab a piece of graph paper, put your coordinate plane on there, and we can cut it out and paste it into our note in class. So one of those 2 options is good. What's not okay is trying to make some squiggly line coordinate plane like this and thinking it doesn't matter how you put the thing or numbers there. That is a really messy coordinate plane. That is not okay. When we graph, it does have to be exact. So pause here and copy down the instructions, the 4 ordered pairs we're going to place on the graph, and the coordinate plane information itself. Go ahead and pause here and copy down what you see. Okay, welcome back. So the first essential question we're going to focus on in this lesson is how do I plot ordered pairs? The word plot actually means to place something on a graph. So by definition, plotting is putting something on a graph. And we have a very special type of graph here. This is not just a number line, it's 2 number lines connected, an x and a y axis, and that's why we call it a coordinate plane. The very middle of this coordinate plane is always known as the origin. But let's go through a couple of these examples and see if we can do this. So step 1, find the x coordinate. Well, in A, the x coordinate is the 4. And I have some students on ordered pairs forget the order. I'm going to remind you it's based on the alphabet. So as long as you can remember the last 3 letters of our alphabet, you know how to plot an ordered pair. It's going to be an X and then a Y, and very far, not too far in your future, yep, the next variable will be Z. So remember those last 3 letters, we call them ordered because it gets its order from the alphabet. And they call it a pair because much like our shoes and our pants and everything else, they come in a pair. We have 2 of them, right? You don't walk around with just 1 pant leg. It's a pair of pants. And that actually comes from when they used to have to buy straps for each leg. I know, if you can believe it, we've gone so far, we now buy pants together. So back to the math lesson, though. How do we plot an ordered pair? We're looking for that x coordinate. And the x coordinate is always the first value in an ordered pair. And the y coordinate is the second. So for example A, we're using the x value of 4. So what you do is you go over to your x-axis and you count 4 lines to the right. You're going to start seeing me place little light dots on the x-axis. That is merely a visual for you to understand how I'm counting. The only dot that really matters on a coordinate plane is you have to put the x and the y together. It can never be by themselves. So first off, I'm going to count out to the 4th x value. See the little red dots forming? Now, step 2, from that x coordinate, this dot here, we're going to move up 2 locations, the y coordinate it asks us to go to, 1 and 2. Here is the ordered pair for A, 4, 2. One more time, we counted out 4 on the x-axis, up 2 on the y, and then we place the ordered pair. Again, to ever put an ordered pair on a coordinate plane, you must have 2 values, an x and a y. I'm going to model the B one more time, and then we're going to finish C and D in class. So model B. So our x value is -2, so I'm going to count out -2 on my x-axis, and then I need to go up my y coordinate, which is up 4. So I'm going to count to that 4th line, put the really dark circle, and that's point B. Notice it's good practice to label your ordered pairs. We're going to do C and D together in class, so you do not need to complete them right now. I'm going to jump ahead here to get the rest of our Cornell note moving on. Awesome. So I went too far there. Let's go ahead and pause, draw a squiggly line. Notice I've chunked our information together. And what we're about to talk about are relations. So go ahead and pause here and copy down what you see for the relations example. I do want you to be aware that this first grouping symbol you see here is the, which one do we call that one? Yeah, that's the brace. And then we use parentheses for ordered pairs. We control our sets by writing a brace. All of our ordered pairs go in it. And then we close it with the other side of the brace. Go ahead and pause here and copy down what you see. Awesome. Welcome back. So I started to show you what a set kind of looks like. But we're going to use our previous 4 ordered pairs to write a set example. So to model putting these 4 ordered pairs from our previous example into a set, we start by drawing a brace. We should probably put the ordered pairs in some consistent order, but since there was none in our table before, we're just going to list them from left to right. I'm going to color code them so you can see how I'm writing them down. We got 4, 2. Notice then we have to put a comma. Then we have -2, 4, comma. Then we have -5, -1, comma. And lastly, we have 3, oh, wrong color, 3, -4. I'm going to shift this over so you don't get confused on how I'm drawing my braces. Oh, my brace didn't come with me. There we go. And we close the set out with a brace. There is the perfect model for writing a set. So we call a set is any grouping or relationship of numbers. I'm going to jump ahead here. Will you go ahead and pause again? Make sure to put the squiggly line ahead and copy down exactly what you see. Nice, welcome back. So to put our original ordered pairs into a table like example 2 wants, we're going to make the simplest table we possibly can. It's a T-chart. And we should follow the alphabet just like before, X and Y. And our very first ordered pair from that original ordered pair set was 4 for the X and 2 for the Y. So what we're learning here is this is another way you could show ordered pairs. They're in tables. The next ordered pair is -2 and 4. And notice I'm just adding, I like to think of this as like a skeleton. I'm adding some ribs when I'm segmenting on my T-chart. So then we have a -5, -1, adding another segmented line. And our final one is 3, -4. Notice I didn't add any outside lines, but if you want to, you can. Now that we did finish our table, then we can box the whole thing together. So that's how we can make a table from ordered pairs. Great job, students. We're flying along here. I think I have one more example I want you to copy down. Oh, nope, there are a couple steps. So I'm actually going to go 2 slides ahead here before I have you pause. These are the last 2 slides. I'm going to model how to do a domain and range after we pause, and then I'm going to do guided example 4 entirely in class. So go ahead and pause here, leave space after example 3, because we're going to perform it. Then we'll do example 4 in class. So go ahead and pause here and copy down what you see. Nice, welcome back. Okay, so I'm going 1 slide over because I needed to see those ordered pairs. We're going to create the domain and range for our original ordered pairs. And whenever you show domain or range, you show them in set notation. Set notation starts with a brace. So we have a brace here. And then we're going to put our X value. And then we use our colon. And all you do to show domain is you write down just the X values. So the domain for our original ordered pairs are 4. I'm going to keep that color coding so you see where these values are coming from. -2. Then you have -5. And lastly, we have 3. That is our domain of the graph. Now we can do the range. To do the range, that's our y values. And again, it's just listed. So the y value we had first was 2. Then we have 4. Then we have -1. And lastly, we have -4. Oh man, I messed up that color again. Look at that. And then we close that brace off. So that's how you create the domain and range from our original ordered pairs. And again, we're going to go over guided example 4 in class together. Make sure, remember, this question column is for you to add your questions in. You can add those questions that confused you along the way and ask them in class. Remember, someone else does. Can't wait to see you soon. Thanks, students.